All right, hope you're enjoying today's weather. And I think back to like when it's cold and wintry, these are the days that I dream of. This is what we look forward to.
I know, so none of us should be complaining about the high heat, right? We should soak it up while it lasts. As we prepare for just a brief cooling trend. So there you go. For the people who like the cooler temperatures, you get that in the mix over the next 2 days or so as the sunny, dry, and relatively hot conditions still remain as we take a live look out towards Forest Grove thanks to our Explore Tualatin Valley camera. 85 degrees, that's where we currently sit out towards PDX, and keeping those clear skies going for the remainder of the night as temperatures eventually slide back into the 60s, and we'll work our way towards the upper 50s by about the sunrise hour. Mid-80s for us through the Willamette Valley at this hour, 60s for the coastline with the marine layer starting to push its way back on shore as the summer heat of the 90s still remains just to the east of the Cascades. But our temperatures down just a couple of degrees out towards the west over the past 24 hours, slightly warmer out towards the east, which is a little less than ideal, especially when we were talking about that wildfire potential. Let's hone in on the Burdoin fire and also the Snyder Canyon fire, previously known as the Brewer fire, but that's where gusty westerly winds are still expected through the overnight hours. We could, during the nighttime, see wind gusts close to about 30 to 35 miles per hour. So definitely going to be testing the barriers that fire crews have put up on these blazes. As our relative humidity value increases slightly, that's good news, but it will start to fall back, becoming dry for tomorrow afternoon again as the Dows could approach 40 to 45 mile per hour gusts by tomorrow afternoon. Unfortunately, not very surprising that fire season is ramping up as our rain deficit for the month of July grows to about 1/10 of an inch, and the water year, or I should say back to January 1st, seeing a rain deficit of nearly 3 inches. So the good news is with the lack of rainfall we have seen, or maybe those few scattered showers we saw earlier this week, helping to stabilize our drought situation. Severe drought still for the valley out towards the Blue Mountains. It's good to see no movement at all, especially when we're talking about the driest month of the year. But picking up on a few scattered showers, a lot of lightning strikes as well with the lack of rainfall for southern Oregon. That is where the thunderstorm potential remains tonight. Again, tomorrow for the southeast corner of the state, again, it's the abundant lightning, very little precipitation that will be keeping our fire threat elevated with the low humidity values. That's why we have a fire weather warning in effect now through 11 o'clock tonight, with a few severe thunderstorm warnings cropping up right now down towards the south as well as we prepare for this cooler trough of air to work its way back into western Oregon, southwest Washington. That will be our cooling mechanism for the next 2 days. Come Sunday, Monday into Tuesday, a ridge of high pressure moves back into place. That will be sending us back into the summer-like territory as we approach, likely seeing those highs back up into the low 90s. So we'll time everything out with our futurecast. Maybe a light drizzle possible for the shoreline to start the day tomorrow into the afternoon. A few more clouds in the mix for us in the valley as well. A nice onshore flow helps to keep us cool in the I-5 corridor, but again creates those strong westerly winds for the fire crews east of the Cascades. Again, maybe a light drizzle for the coast, mostly cloudy skies as we work our way into Saturday evening as well. Tonight here in the city, falling back to 57. Tomorrow, a few more clouds in the mix, keeping us cooler, upper 70s. And if you are planning on trying to escape any of the warmer conditions, head out to the coastline seaside, expecting those temperatures to ride out into the low 60s as we break down that cloud coverage by the time we work our way into Sunday. All right, so those clouds that we start seeing increase across our area Friday will impact afternoon highs and overnight lows falling to the mid-50s before the next round of summer heat arrives. The peak arriving Tuesday with a temperature of 90 degrees, and then we begin that next cooling trend by the end of the week. So it's been this kiddie ride of a roller coaster ride as far as those temperatures go. But again, still a long week of no rain.
You know, it's summer when we say a cooling trend is upper 70s and 80.
Yeah, definitely in the thick of it now.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, we've got your political minute on the other side of the break. Keep it here.